Ladies and gentlemen, we're very, very lucky to have another special guest today. Today we have brung in TommyYTz from Moist Boys from Time 2, another streamer. I've only just found out he's actually only of the age of 19 years old, so he's already doing very, very well in his streaming career. What we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to talk about how he got into streaming. I do believe he actually started doing a lot of DayZ, so it's going to be very interesting to see how he sort of transitioned over to 5M and his opinions on how he feels moving sort of games and what it has done for his career and whether he enjoys the journey that he's taken. So we're going now and we'll say hello to him and see how he's doing.
Afternoon, Arcade. Hello,
How we,
hello.
how we doing? How we doing?
I'm fine.
We're good.
All right, mate.
I kind of the famous question to ask is obviously like, how did you start streaming? Like, it's the best way to open it.
So what you said there in the intro is I'm not calling you bullshit straight away. I actually didn't stream on DayZ at all.
You
Uh,
didn't.
my Twitch account was created maybe August the 5th. I started streaming of this year. I started streaming on August the 7th of this year.
So
On
3 months
5M.
ago. 3 months ago. Well, no, 2 months ago,
2
basically.
months, 2 months ago and a bit, yeah. I got affiliate a week later and then
And
partner.
your partner already
Yeah.
in 2 months.
It's been nuts, mate. It's been utterly nuts.
That's impressive, mate, because people spend a lifetime.
Oh yeah, years. It's been insane, bro. It's been really insane.
So what did you do beforehand then? Just YouTube, I'm guessing.
Well, I got my PC when I was 16, and then I wanted to play DayZ on it. I've got like 4,000 hours on Xbox, and then I moved over to DayZ on PC. And like the week after being on DayZ on PC, a YouTuber that I used to watch by the guy called JLK put an announcement in his Discord and basically said he's looking for people to help him on a project. So maybe me, I said yeah, I'd help him. I then became friends with him through that, and then started a DayZ channel. So that's on 5K. I don't know, but
4 5K.
yeah, 5K. I did that for a few months, but I was working in a bar and shit. I was working in River Island as well when I did that, and then I just saw Gingers making stuff. I'm not a Twitch user. The one thing I'll get off the bat straight away is I don't understand gifted subs. I don't understand subs. I don't sub to anyone. Like I'm sub to no one. People always take the piss out of me, call me stingy as fuck because I just don't sub to anyone. But I'm only sub to Ginge for Girth and Turf last year. That's all I watched him for. And then I heard he's making GTA, so I thought I'll try GTA. I got in the server. The second day I met Beetle, and then the rest is history. Yeah.
That's crazy then. So how long have you been doing stuff on YouTube for?
YouTube. Oh man, 2 years.
2 years. And is that all DayZ stuff, is it?
Yeah, DayZ stuff. DayZ, yeah.
And what sort of views do you get on like a YouTube video?
Ben's last video I got 13K. And then
13K.
I had one video blow up that did 150K.
And how long are these videos? Like an hour, 2 hours?
Depends what I made. The one that blew up was a base building. This was like 5 minutes, but the ones like the story videos I do about an hour.
They're about an hour. And what I'm always interested in the YouTube because it's quite like a hidden thing. Is it quite rewarding to push out content like that on YouTube? Would you say?
It's not as rewarding as Twitch. I actually asked. I was in a call with my mate yesterday, who's very successful YouTuber JLK. That was like a really weird way to put it. He's one of my closest friends now. And I basically just said to him, like, he knows how much I'm earning on Twitch. And I said, how much would I have to be getting views wise on YouTube to be earning what I'm earning on Twitch? And like, I'm not going to say how much I'm earning, but to think about it, I'd need more than 300,000 views a month. Definitely. So
what,
YouTube,
to match what you're getting on Twitch?
To match it, yeah, to sort of match it. I'd need
Wow.
300,000 views a month. So that shows the levels difference between the money's more rewarding on YouTube, a lot more rewarding, but you've got to be up there to make it rewarding.
Wow, I didn't. I always thought like YouTube was like the GOAT. I thought YouTube was like the key.
It is if you're making it. If you're making it on YouTube, you're getting a few 100K a month. You can earn a few thousand a month.
But that's how fucking hard is that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then I suppose like it's a hidden world with like Have you ever had like sponsors with DayZ? You have.
I had the HelloFresh sponsor once on the DayZ video, but I'm not going to name numbers. But like, I know how much my boys get paid for stuff they do. Like, one of them's got 800K, one of them's got 800K subs, one of them's got 250K, and it's high money. It's a lot of money. Sponsorships.
Yeah.
That's where you get a lot of your money from on YouTube. Like if you have a video do bad, you're relying on that sponsor to pay your rent for that month,
Oh, what
and it
and
comfortably pay the rent.
well, so from like a behind the scenes thing. So if you get a sponsor on YouTube and your video doesn't do too well, are you still looked after by the sponsor?
It depends, bro. It really depends. Most sponsors will do a flat fee.
Yeah.
Let's use it 5K for example. 'Cause that's quite a normal number to be honest with you. £5,000. That's
Well,
quite a
that's an average number for a YouTube sponsor.
well. If you've got 100K subs or
Yeah,
200K
yeah,
subs,
yeah.
yeah, round about 2K to 5K, I'd say. But they also do CPM based deals, which is basically they'll say like £12 CPM, so that's per 1,000 views,
Yeah.
capped at earning 20K, £20,000. But then obviously you've got to get like millions of views for that or whatever it is. I don't know, but they do CPM deals as well.
Yes, I watch a lot of Rust. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan of that.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
very
yeah.
similar to, and they get sponsored by all these gambling sites all the time.
They're bad. They're really bad. They limit you basically. I actually the second day I got the email here, the second day I came partner, I had 2 gambling sites reached out to me already.
Have you?
Mhm.
What, for YouTube or for Twitch?
Twitch.
I don't know if we can do that, can we?
I wouldn't do it anyway. I've the money. When I tell you right now, mate, the money will be fucking up here. It'll be in the thousands. I already know it will be because they pay disgusting amounts. It's the same as Rust gambling sites pay thousands, but then you bottleneck yourself because companies don't want to work with someone that's just advertised Betfred for a month. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of on the same page as you, but obviously content creation is hard, and you're in a really sticky place, aren't you? Because who's going to pay you the best? Gambling sites. Do you really want to promote gambling to your community? No, not
Morally,
really.
no. But also, it's one of them ones. I refused to ask how much they were going to pay me because I didn't want the temptation. Because I know how much it would have been. It would be silly amounts. Even for someone like you who gets more views than me, who's big on Twitch, you would be in the thousands.
I actually had, funnily enough, I had one the other day from a gambling site. Now I don't know if you can do it on Twitch. I think Twitch is very passionate about no gambling, but
Passionate a lot of things.
like you said, trouble is fucking like morally, yeah, I don't agree with it, but it depends what the number is. Like,
My situation is always going to be different as well when it comes to these sort of money sort of things because I'm living at home. I'm 19. I don't have bills to pay. I pay
yeah,
rent to my mum. I pay my mum rent every month, but I was paying that anyway from savings I had from when I worked full time. So like, but it can be tempting when I imagine someone like you who's got his own house and probably has so
yeah.
many commitments. That's some insane money they're going to
But
offer
like
you.
it pushes you to a stage you don't want to be in it, because like I do agree morally. I don't want to be represented by gambling. Gambling's a
No,
terrible addiction. I suppose anyone who ever
Coca-Cola's not going
watches
to then sponsor you, are they? If they've seen Betfred sponsor you the week before.
anyone ever watches this podcast now from a gambler, they're not going to sponsor me or you, are
Oh
they?
no, oh mate, but listen, I've had emails. I told him to swivel now, so definitely wouldn't do it. But yeah, the Rush YouTuber is like Wally 1K has he's a Rush YouTuber. He has a sponsorship with gambling sites, and they pay a lot. They pay a whole lot. But then it's just like it's a cheap get out, really, in my opinion.
But the good thing is, I don't. Do you know of William from Rust?
Yeah, I know Will Jimmy.
He's never done a gambling site ever, and he's probably the biggest Rust YouTuber, I would say now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, yeah, and his simplicity of content. He is actually like decently good friends with my mate. I'll say decently good friends. They know each other.
Yeah.
And he still studies at uni. I don't know if that's a common knowledge. He still goes to uni, William.
Who
So
William does?
yeah, yeah. Even doing his Ross, he still like does his full-time uni course.
Some of these guys are beasts, aren't they? And just that's what you get with that sort of work ethic.
But I refuse to take a day off as well. I've not taken a day off I've taken maybe 2 nights off in 3 months.
How do you find it, or are you just living off a huge amount of dopamine and adrenaline?
Mm, I don't know how to explain it. You know, I just carry on. This is I need this to work. I want this to work. I'm earning
Yeah,
more money than I've ever earned in my life before right now. Like disgusting amounts of money. And I'm very open about the money I earn because I think I don't really need to hide it.
yeah,
Like I have to make this work. So I refuse to take a day off. And when it's as easy as what I'm doing, in my opinion, I find this easy. I find this really easy. Some days I find it hard and draining and I come off a bit drained. But I'm not going to take a day off, and I find it as easy as I do right now.
No, it's a very. I think I had a conversation with someone on a podcast. It's like it is one of the easiest slash hardest mental jobs that you could. Well, I can't say you can do because that's extremely disrespectful. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows one bit, is it? Like you say,
No, not at all. It's hard. It's hard work, and the amount of hate I got some nights at the start. Oh my god, I was hated by people.
I
After that
swear
night with Lauren Alexis, that was
I swear it's because you were the only one who were actually giving like. It was always you at the start who was giving simple solutions and stuff that made sense.
I think it's because a lot of the hate come from. Let me know if I'm too loud, by the way. A lot of the hate come from me just becoming mates with Ginge,
Mm,
and straight away someone sees someone become mates with Ginge. I'm a lick ass. I'm following him around the city. I'm on his. I'm just chat hopping, and that's all. That's all it became. And people just see me now. People like to say that I just lick ass Ginge, and they also say I speak too much, but that's because that's the way I am. Like I don't care if Angry Ginger stood in front of me or Bruce Springsteen. I'm gonna speak the amount I speak to anyone.
yeah,
I don't like that.
it's how are you finding it from the level that so you've been streaming for what? Let's call it 3 months now.
Yeah.
How are you because you are in the fucking deep end.
It's nuts, bro, but it's like so nuts to a point where I can't explain it. Like after a week, I had 75 people watching me no matter what,
It's
and
nuts.
and then now, no matter what, I average 200 viewers, usually 300. So it is proper deep end. But I think what helps is I'm very real. I'm very real with my audience. I'm very upfront with them in the
Yeah.
sense that I tell them how I'm feeling. If I'm not enjoying it that night, I'll let them know. Like I'm very upfront, and they know that about me. They know I'll never sit there and bullshit them and try and make excuses.
Well, I look at a lot of streamers and I look at different people and I look at what they're doing and I speak to my team and we look at what people are doing and we sort of say, right, what are they doing? What is it people like about them? I like to dissect like mentally what gets people going. And we were discussing you the other day and I was like, right, what is it about Tommy? And they were like, Tommy has a really, really chilled vibe. Like your music's always very chilled. It's you haven't got blaring music. Your stream's not very loud, and I think your stream's like very relaxing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I do get hyped. I do shout sometimes, but the one thing is, I'm not from the start. I will never not clip farm. That's not the word to use for it. I'm never going to be sat in my bedroom doing backflips off my chair and going, "Oh my god, thank you for the gifted sub there. That's incredible." It's just not me.
Yeah,
I'm like a 40-year-old man. I'm like that's what my mates in real life describe me. I'm like an old man of the group. Like I am like an old man, and I won't ever act up to a position. So maybe that's why it's again the real side. I think I'm very real. I do try and be as real as possible.
I think
About everything.
it's the best way to be. I mean, especially as a content creator, because you get a lot of people that aren't, and like some people might genuinely be ecstatic over it. I mean, at the end of the day, someone's people sending you money, but like I'm the similar to yourself. Like as much as I appreciate it, I haven't got the energy to get up, do a backflip for 5
Yeah.
gifted. I don't know how people can maintain that. I'd fall asleep.
Well, like I still don't know how to react to the gifted. Like last night, and I'll openly say this: I shed a tear. I had a guy come in last night and drop me 250 subs. Yeah, never seen him before.
I,
He's the leader. He's a leader of a gang war in EBK, and I just don't know how to react to it. It makes me feel sick. It makes me just feel. It makes me want to cry, and it just makes.
that's
It makes.
£1,000.
It was over £1,000 he spent. I I have a sub goal of 25 every day. He came in, dropped 50, and then the stream crashed. So my sub goal reset to 100. So then he said, "Well, I can't have you having an empty sub goal." So he dropped another 100, and then we went to 200. So he did 200 subs. Insane. It was sickening amounts of money, and I still don't know how to react to that now. But as I said, I come from someone who is not a Twitch user, so I don't know how to react to that. I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't, you can't put it into words. And I say this to loads of people. That is a substantial amount of money.
It's sickening.
And it is sickening. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just, you don't know how to put it into words, do you?
No, no, and I think the worst thing people do is certain streamers. I'm not going to name names. I really can't be arsed starting beef, but certain
No,
streamers
please
are.
don't.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I'm bad for it, but certain streamers just sit and go, oh, thanks for that. And I just don't know how people can see it as a norm. Like, is this is even I can't imagine, even if I've been doing this for 2 years and someone drops 50 gifted or 10 gifted. Like, there's one thing I'll always say about Ginge, and people can say I'm looking at him. He still acts the same for 5 subs as he does for 1 sub.
he
You know
he
what I
he
mean?
does,
And he
yeah.
still acts as excited and genuinely seems like he cares. And thank you so much. Because let's be honest, 4.99 for Ginge, probably not that much.
No,
He earns that a minute, but he's still very thankful and he's still very realistic about it. But I think there's some streamers that sit there and go, "Oh, cheers, there, thanks there." And
I
I think,
Ginger's very good because he's at a stage where there's so many subs that come in. You could be there forever thanking them,
yeah,
but he will just smash them out in blocks, and it's very, very rare that he misses that. Like,
mm,
and even to get to that level and maintain that, it is very, very impressive.
yeah, and I think that's what is successful for him because even if someone gifts 1 sub, which is still £5, no one should be expected to sub at all. It's a free service. I'm sat in my bedroom playing a video game. I'm not out billing them a house. I don't expect them to pay me at all. But I think when you do get paid, the best way you can be, and you do it, I do it, is still very thankful.
Mm.
And that's the best way because that is how I genuinely feel. It's
Yeah,
insane to me.
I don't know about you. Like, sometimes I think like myself, like, all I can say is thank you over and over again,
Yeah,
but
but it's not enough. Like,
you kind of feel like I'm on the same wave. I feel like I should be shouting,
yeah,
smashing alerts, but it's not me.
yeah, same.
So how do I hype it up and how do I show it? Or maybe people can just go, nah, you can tell. I don't know. I feel like I should be doing more when people, and it is a lot of money.
It's
But
disgusting amounts of money when you think of it. When people, like I was saying this to my chat the other day, people have these sub goals. I have these sub goals, and I'm so busy sat there saying, "Oh, come on, let's hit our sub goal," because I've hit my 25 sub goal for 25 days in a row now. Like, that's what I'm aiming to do. I've got a streak going. But if you sit back and think, 25 subs, it's about 150, 125 quid.
mm,
Like, no one deserves. No one like, it is money at the end of the day. I think streamers do need to remember that no matter what they ask for, it's still money for something. It comes out of someone's bank account.
it's
It's
not
not.
even it's not even a small amount though.
No, it's not. It's not £2. It's not a pound. It's £6 or £5. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
I think it
Ten,
is
ten,
surreal to me.
10 gifted is 40 quid,
I know
which is a lot of money.
it's a lot of money. It's a whole lot of money. You could go on a all right night. Well, probably not all right night out, but
But
it,
no, it won't take you very far, but it's still a lot of money.
still a
But
lot
we,
of money. 100%. It's still a lot of money. I wouldn't. Would you give one of your mates 40 quid just for having a laugh with him after a night out? No, you wouldn't.
when I used to have money, yeah, but I don't anymore.
No, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't just give him 40 quid for no reason. That's what they're doing it for. I know it's for entertainment, but still, at the end of the day,
I suppose. I mean, I've done it before. I done it last night. I got carried away. There was this lad who I raided out to, and he was so genuinely appreciated. I got caught in a trap of, I want to see this guy fucking happy. I spent a few quid last night, but for the person spending it, you don't really look at the numbers. You go and
I'm not like that
you
though.
get dragged in.
I'm not a Twitch user, like I said, so I don't understand the idea of giving money to someone. So
I
I'm not sub to anyone. And like OGB takes the piss all the time, Colin, and he's like, fucking stingy bastard. He's earning this much a month and doesn't sub to me, doesn't sub to me. I just don't think about it. I don't think about having to sub, but some people love it. Some people enjoy the idea of subbing or gifting
it,
subs.
it's a tricky one because of the percentages that we lose as well. It's kind the only winner really is, especially community content creators, especially content creators. If you back each other, Twitch is winning, not
Oh yeah.
You've done all these hours and then invested it into someone else. The only person who wins out of that is Twitch.
I guess you could say they're but giving you the platform to even make money.
But if you carry it on to spread it out, then what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's it's a tough one. And then you're probably still on a 50-50 split at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, next month I won't be.
Yeah, and you should move up to the. Will you hit the partner plus or not?
I'll be close, but I won't hit it. No.
See, a 70-30 split is
But
quite
first month I
reasonable.
didn't hit it. This month I did hit it.
Mm.
I'm very open about it, which some people might say, "What are you doing? Talking about the money you earn." I'd never give you a flat fee because that's weird. People don't do that. But I think I've earned over 300 tier ones this month. But I don't think I did last month. But I definitely get partner plus level 1.
The thing is, I don't know. I personally don't know why people hide it all, because there
Someone's
could
giving
be
us.
one person who watches this back thinking about streaming and goes, "Oh, they've given me a bit more of an insight. Do you know what? I'm going to fucking do it. Why should we hide it? Twitch wins. We get another person
When they're
streaming.
giving us the money, like
Yeah, if you really want, you can sit there and work it out. So what are you hiding?
yeah, I never would give a flat fee. I think that is a bit like I don't want people knowing how much I'm paid a month. I don't want anyone knowing that anyway. Then
Yeah,
people can make the jokes, but I am never secret. And you can pull up any of my VODs. I earn a lot of money right now. I
mm,
earn a lot of money, like more than most at my age, and it's because of the people that watch me. So I'm not going to hide that from them. I'm not going to sit there and pretend to be this humble king when I'm not. It's
yeah.
the opposite of me. I'm cocky as fuck. I love myself, but like
Yeah, but you
I
are
just
being
won't
a
hide that.
humble kid. This is what I earn, and this is what I get. You're telling people. People have a right to know.
Yeah, they do in a sense. Yeah, they definitely. I'm also very open about how many subs I've got. People ask that a lot. How many overall subs I've got? I'm very open about 1,700 right now. 800.
Wow,
I'm very open about that. I've got an incredible community. I don't know where it's come from, but I've got an incredible community.
that's it's and you're 19 years old,
Yeah, and I've been doing it for 3 months.
which is nuts.
Yeah, I got affiliate a week after I started streaming because again talking about Ginge, but Ginge raided me on the first. It's the second day of me streaming.
Second day. What was that like on the second day of streaming?
Surreal, bro. But the funny thing was, I streamed a day without a webcam, and then my boy, one of my mates in real life, messaged me saying like, "No one's gonna enter if you don't have a webcam." So I went to Curry's, bought a £30 webcam. The one I'm still using now is a Razer webcam, and I had a plan to refund the webcam. By the way, this is how down bad I was for money. I spent 30 quid on the webcam, and then I planned if I didn't get going, even 10 people watching me, I was going to roll back and refund the website. I've still got the receipt somewhere in my room. And the second night, Ginger raided me, and it was just surreal. It was, but I think from that moment, I set myself a standard where I was like, I'm going to be real as fuck. From the first time Ginger raided me, I was just in my room a mess. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Because I didn't know what to do. People seem to like that. 'Cause some people get raised and like, oh, Ginger, yeah, go on, boy. And then like, hit the follow. I was there just a mess. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'd never streamed before. Yeah, so I set that example straight from the start that I was going to be real and a bit stupid, which I am.
I think. And how many viewers did he raise it? What, 5,000-6,000
It was when
probably?
Time 2 opens with more, but about 8K, I think. It was when Time 2 first opened.
I've
So
I've been streaming for like 3 years. I got a raid off Ginge about a year ago. 5,500 people, and they were all giving me abuse before he raided.
mm.
And when they come in, I don't think I said a word for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's surreal. He's
I,
raiding me. Everyone takes the piss now. It was funny the other night. Mona was like joking with me, and Ginger was live at like 4 a.m. He said, "Who should I raid?" And I put in the chat, "I'll go live if you want." And the chat was just filled. He's raided me 4 times now, Ginger. So
but fuck it, do you know what I mean? He's got the power to do it, and why
got
not
the
help
power.
people?
Yeah, 100%. People take the piss with me saying I'm collecting them like medals now, and like I'm getting them more than hot dinners, but I'm not gonna
Who gives
complain.
a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Like, when
I'm not
you
gonna
get paid
complain.
from Twitch, do you think you give a fuck?
No, not at all. But people are like that, man. People are like that, and
I,
it's a bit like you, bro. I think I've always said I really enjoy not even just role playing with you. We're both very real people, in my opinion, in City. Because I'm just a bit of a self insert myself. I'm not saying you are, but like I enjoy that from you. That it's the realism, and I can't remember where I was going with this point now. This is what I do. I just yeah.
I think being real though and saying what you want gets you in a lot of trouble.
Mm, I've not had that yet because I think there's
Oh,
limits to it. Like
I I
I've
say
said,
too many things.
I think I do though, but then like there's a limit to it, and there's a way of doing it respectfully. There's a way of calling people out on bullshit
Yeah.
respectfully, where people will understand you from their side as well.
Yeah, I mean that's my issue. It's not slagging people or stuff. It's just bullshit. I can't be bothered with it.
Yeah, I think
And
I called people out on it quite well.
I think that's why I think that's why I liked you from the start as well. Though, and I suppose that's probably what's helped. Like role playing with you, when Moist start, they've kind of calmed down in a way. They've kind of they're very chaotic, but in like a controlled manner now. Whereas at the start, there was nothing at all. But I always knew if I rung you, I'd just get right. I can't be asked with all this bullshit. Here's the point blank of what's going on and what's not going on.
I think what that was a lot of because it's my first ever GTA city with a server. Like I didn't understand the idea of like keeping secrets from people, so I just
Yeah.
thought, fuck it, I'm gonna tell him anyway. And sometimes it might got me in trouble with the gang, but fuck it, you know what I mean? I think there's a way of doing it as well and be smart about it, so you can be upfront with someone without sort of giving them too much information.
How are you finding it role playing to such a high level in front of such? Because you hang around with the biggest content creators in the server, jumping in at the deep end. What's that like?
Well, the other day is the first day I clicked that Abdul was a big person in the sense I know he streams, but someone said in my chat like, "Whoa, you're role playing with Abdul," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah," and like my chat was sort of like, "You don't realize how he's like role play royalty apparently, Abdul," and I was like,
We didn't
"Yeah,
even know.
no, I knew he's a big streamer. Obviously, I knew he's a big streamer. He's ready to me. We speak off stream. I know he's a big streamer, but I didn't know he was roleplay royalty. I didn't know he was this like he's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
The only thing I knew about Abdul, and I will say this, is that I knew he picked up Tommy T from the airport because I watched the first episode of this is years ago now. I watched the first episode of Zerka's series on GTA Roleplay, and that's all I knew about Abdul. So I knew he'd been in No Pixel, but I knew nothing else about him. And my chat was like, bro, he's like serious.
Abdul's been around for years.
I know no one though. I don't. I'm still trying to work out what this Chang gang is. This like
What in No
people from
Pixel?
yeah, these people from No Pixel. These people quote. I've got people coming over to the gang saying, "Oh, like I don't know, Big Sexy was talking to us the other night." I don't know who these people are. Man.
I'm kind of like yourself. I mean, UK guys. I know. When I went to No Pixel, bear in mind you have some big people in there. Some people that are not even role players. They just come in for the exposure. And I get you because you'll walk up to someone, talk to them like anyone else, then you walk away and they're like, "Do you have any idea who that is?" And you're like,
Yeah,
"No."
no, I get that a lot, and that's why I think as well at the start, like people always say I joined the gang for Jin. Jin joined the gang after me. It was me, Beetle, and Gully that set up Moist.
Yeah.
Like, and even then, I didn't know Beetle was a streamer. I didn't know Beetle streams. I didn't have a clue when I met him in City. I met Gully first, and Gully said he wants me to introduce someone, and we had one of the funniest nights on the City. We were just crying all night, laughing to each other. But I didn't know these both streamed.
It's the best way to be, though, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely it helps. But I just think when you get yourself bogged down with like who these people are and stuff, that's when it gets a bit sticky, and it's like it's just roleplay at the end of the day.
Yeah, just
But
go in and...
I need to step back more and realize what I'm doing, who I'm with.
What do you mean?
I need to step back more and realize how crazy this is. Because right now I'm just in work. I'm just in work. And I don't think sometimes I give myself enough time to sit there and be like, in 3 months I've sort of changed my life.
Yeah, but you're running off chemicals in your brain that you've probably never had in your life.
Yeah, definitely, probably as well. And as well sit with the thing of like who am I sat with? I'm sat with Abdul, who is like this royalty. I'm sat with Ginge. I'm sat with Beetle. I'm trying to think of other names in the gang. Salim, like these well-known people. And then there's me, Tommy Gallagher, who 3 months ago hadn't ever played a GTA server.
You hang around with decent people, and I think like when people talk about Ginge, you talk about Ginge as this. A lot of people talk about him some streaming god, which he kind of is. But you can also have a genuine conversation with him, which in like streaming isn't normal, is it?
No.
People like that level normally don't have the time of day for people. So that's what makes it weird. And it's the same with like Abdul. Abdul will speak to anyone.
Yeah, definitely. Abdul will speak to anyone.
A lot of big people, if you're not on insane views, they won't even bother. They won't give you the time of day. Whereas a lot of people, especially in Moist and in Time 2 in general, to be fair, which is the good thing about streamers here, they will take the time for everyone, which is
Oh
really,
yeah,
really rare, really, really rare to get
I
that
don't
from
have anything
people.
to compare it to really, so I couldn't back you up on that point. But I do know in time too, no one really ever ignores me. I've never
Mm.
even from the start before I was streaming, after I'm streaming, I was never ignored in time too. That's how I met Gully. Like I just started chatting to him outside the police station one day.
Mm.
I told him my nan was in the SAS and he was pissing himself. She wasn't, just to
He's
clarify.
he's really funny, he is, Gully. It's a shame.
Yeah.
He's very, very loyal to the Prime Network, but it was good seeing him around. He's a very, very interesting character, very funny.
Just funny. He was just a shithouse, and that's what I liked. He was just a scouse,
Shithouse.
seagull, shithouse, seagull, just like mad bastard, and I love that. And like he was quite quiet. He was, but he would at any point manage to take out a team of 10.
Oh yeah, he's gang roleplay like Gully is unreal.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I miss him, but no,
Who knows what will happen? I think he's
who
hanging
knows?
around with Mazza, isn't he, or something?
I don't know who that is. If you keep telling
Mazza's
me that, don't know who that is.
Mazza is some rapper who went to prison for like gun charges or something. And then while he was in prison, I think done a load of songs, and they're not bad. They're very, very, very gang rap. But yeah, apparently he's role playing in there, so I
I
think
listen
Gully's
to
sort of
Chris
rolling
Break
with
beat,
him.
so I couldn't. I've got a Johnny Cash tattoo, mate. So I can't comment, bro. I don't know anything about Massa. I don't know. Got a
You're
Johnny Cash tattoo on
it's
my chest there.
definitely not your style of music. I trust me
Yeah,
on that.
definitely not. Definitely not. So no, I'm happy for him. He's doing well. I'm happy
Mm,
for him. It was a good opportunity, but that's the one thing I keep saying that like Moist is just this opportunity. That's
yeah.
what I've been given right now. I've been given an opportunity, and it wasn't even just like the people in the server. Like Taze, like me and Taze had a few really good nights of RP in time too, where we spent the night with each other. And Taze raided me twice, and like that they help like that helps as well. That helped grow a fan
Mhm.
base as well instantly. Taze's viewers helped a lot. So like yeah, I said everyone in time too had a lot of time for everyone.
Do you still do your DayZ stuff? I suppose you probably don't get the
Oh mate,
time,
I
do
don't
you?
have time. I don't have time. I like right now, Josh, my mate is recording a video, and there's nothing more than I want to play with him and record it with him, but I just don't have time. The last thing I did on DayZ was a massive project where we built a city, and my voice just uploaded that video. But that was the last time I played DayZ, and that was about 2 months ago. I've been playing it
Mm.
off on my free time, like I'll go for a run and stuff, but I just don't have time. It's shit. Like it's shit. I can't sink hours into DayZ. I'm not getting off this streaming at 2 in the morning and then going on DayZ for 4 hours and then
Yeah.
waking up at 12. I need to go to the gym. I've got shit to do. I've got a life to live. So
Mm.
it is a shame, but I can't really play DayZ much right now.
Do you get time to do much outside of streaming at the moment? Do you still, like you say, go to the gym? Do you keep in check of that or not?
I make sure to go out every day. No
Yeah.
matter what, I go out for a day. I love driving. I passed my test when I was 17. I still enjoy driving as much as anyone else. So I go for a drive every day, even if it's just that. Go to Tesco, go anywhere, just get out of the house. But it's definitely limited. But what helps is my boys are all back in uni now, so I don't really. It's not as easy as going to the pub and meeting them because they're up and down the country in different universities. So Christmas, I'm probably going to have to take a few nights off streaming because I'll be going out. But
Mm.
I've not really changed my lifestyle much. No, maybe just I'm not out as much as I could be.
Mm. It's a bit. It's the streaming lifestyle is a real tough one, and like you say, it's really important, and I think we're all victims of it. Is it's not going out, not taking time, because especially like you say, you're earning a lot of money you've never seen. You're sat there like go, 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 and it's so hard to step away from that, isn't it?
I think I asked this Abdul the other day, but I think like you have to do it at the start. I'm doing right now is very normal. And to be
Yeah.
fair, I'm not even doing as many hours as some people. I've never done a 24-hour stream. I've never done a 14-hour stream.
Don't.
I refuse to do that. I'm very open. I suffer with mental health problems very heavily, so I wouldn't do it because it just negatively affect me. It negatively
20,
affect me.
24 hours are not heroic, and they fucking ruin you.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that. So I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. But that's why I always make sure I don't ever go live before 2 o'clock. Usually, now at the moment, at the start I used to do 12 p.m. till fucking 2 a.m. That's like
Yeah.
14 hours maybe. Okay, so I have to like 114 on. But now I aim for 4 o'clock. But now a lot of the days it's about 6 o'clock. I go live.
You
7
go
o'clock.
live at 6 now.
4 onwards is when I go live from.
Mm.
I won't go live any earlier. I'll
And
try
then
not to go live any earlier.
what time do you sort of go live until? Is it like 2 in the morning?
Depends how it's going. At the moment, I'm gonna be honest, I say at the moment, last 2 days, I've only done about 6 hours. That's
Mm.
bad for me, and like 6 hours each night, but I usually aim for about 9 hours or 8 hours, like a full day's work, so whatever that is, 4 o'clock till 2 in the morning. Yeah, 2 in the morning.
I had a, and like you say, Abdul's very, very respected in role play. He's very, very respected streamer. So tomorrow my episode with Abdul will be released,
Mm.
and you have to look up to him, and I'm happy to. But there was a lot of stuff in that episode that I am still processing now.
Really?
Like, advice from Abdul was really good, and he's a very, very successful streamer. He does very well. He's always bubbly and happy. And yeah, his episode was one I really, really enjoyed,
Mm.
of someone of a level that you aspire to be at. His episode was good, and it's taken me a few days to think it. And every podcast, I love to take whatever I can from every single person, learn about them, but also see that they're like-minded people, aren't they? It'd be stupid of me to not learn,
Yeah.
regardless of who you're on. If you've got good advice, give it to me, whether you're on 10 viewers, 1,000 viewers. But yeah,
Yeah.
Abdul's one was really good. It was a very good listen for keeping yourself sort of happy streaming and staying normal
Yeah,
and
you've
not
got to stay normal.
killing yourself, because I think that's a really, really tough one. And like you say, it's not that hard, is it really? We kind of just sit here in our spare rooms
Not
or in
really.
our
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's not a hard job, and people that say it is need to go work a 9 to 5.
go and work on a
Like,
building site
go
and
work on a building site. And yes, it is a hard job. It's different, and it can be long hours, but it's in the perspective of this. It's if like of the online world, it's a hard job. If you
mm,
talk to my dad, who gets up at 5 a.m., he does 6 till 2. My dad, so he gets up at 6, so he's in work for 6. Like
mm,
he would take any day of the week to do this.
yeah,
So
if all these people like look at these 12-hour streams and go fair play, and you're like, go and get on a building site and do 12 hours and then tell me fair play. Do you know what I
work for the
mean?
NHS, do that. It could be a lot worse than what we do.
Yeah, like 12-hour shifts these days are normal just to fucking survive.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just you take the extra overtime just to fucking pay your rent for the month.
But it's very, very rewarding. But it is tough behind the scenes. It's a tough job. It's a tough job.
Yeah, I struggled some times at the start when I was getting a lot of hate. I really struggled with that at the start. I say struggle with it. I'm pretty upfront with people. I'll call someone a cunt if I think they're a cunt. But it was
Mm.
when it was like full chats just hating on me. It's not as bad now, to be fair. Ginger's chat liked me a little bit more, but I had all of Ginger's chat just despised me at one point.
Mm.
Really hate, and it was just talking about me constantly. And John's chat as well, like that night after that Lauren Alexis thing. Which
What is this? What is this Alexis thing?
Lauren Alexis is an OnlyFans model.
Right. Okay.
Really famous one. She gifted me and Keith, me and Jamie, 20 subs, 20 subs each one night.
Yeah.
And then like I was then bantering with her in a chat like, oh, let's go on an e date. And like we were just basically I was on like sat on like 700 viewers while doing this, and I was just rinsing it for that. But then someone in one chat put something like Tommy's begging it now, and then it became that apparently I was just like I was being creepy. I was sat talking to, and it got to the point where every chat was filled with it.
I
So like
didn't know
that,
that.
yeah, that was one of them nights. I was like, why am I streaming? This was quite early on. I was like, why am I streaming? This is awful. I'm just getting abused by every chat. Everyone despises me. So I think that's the ones I struggle with at the start when it was like full chats, just hating.
I I don't think any content creator can have, let's say, over 500 people hating on you and not take that in negatively. Like, fuck me, you've got to be some tough bastard to
Yeah.
take that. To have hundreds of people giving you abuse. I think many people have been there. It's not fun, is it? It's really
Oh,
not.
it's awful, and it's awful because then as well you're thinking sort of what is this doing to your image? What is this? Like someone as big as Abdul or a Ginger or a Tage or anyone that like someone if their chats don't like you, you start thinking, well, what chance do I have if someone else's chat doesn't like me?
And they're very loyal people, aren't they? They could be the nicest people in the world, and they're very loyal. If their streamer if someone attacks their streamer or upsets them, your community will go to fucking town.
It's awful that though. I try and limit that so much in my chat. My mods are very lenient. I don't really ban people. I think banning people is just I don't like doing it. But
Mm,
if someone is hating on another stream, and listen, you can have your opinion all you want. People think I'm boring in other chats, but if you start saying shit like Cosney's a shit fucking role player who's a cunt who needs to stop streaming, that's more than just an opinion on a character. That's hate.
yeah.
And I think that needs to be gone because you don't even have a chance to defend yourself.
No, you're right on
That's
that
what
one.
I
Yeah.
hate. There's no way to defend yourself because you sit there defending yourself and you're metagaming. Shouldn't even be reading the chat anyway. Not saying I agree with that,
Mm,
by the way. But like, there's no. I just think it's such a cheap way of doing it, and a lot of them are shit houses as well. Because then when you do go in the chats later, hiya Tommy, how you doing? You okay, mate? How have you been? How was the stream? 25
yeah.
minutes ago, they were telling everyone that they wanted you to leave moist and they hated you, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
I get you. I have seen you before though. I remember when you banned someone for metagaming, and even you were like, it was quite impressive, really, because you've done what you had to do. But there was this lad who was he was very
yeah,
loyal to you.
I know who it was. It was someone. Long story short, I was on the phone to Rupert, and he basically said like, oh, I've not been anything to say. I like Rupert a lot as a character, as a person. I will say I like him a lot. And we'd been talking on the phone. It was like 2 in the morning, and he basically said, "What's new?" And I said, "Not much." I said, "I've just come back from Sandy. I was talking to a bike crew up in Sandy." So then he drove up to Sandy, being Rupert, you know what I mean, and caught one of them selling weed. And then he rang me and went, "Oh, cheers for snitching, mate." Do you know what I mean? Come on.
He
So
loves
then
winding it though, doesn't he? He loves it.
he loves every gang must have a snitch according to Rupert. Every gang must snitch to everyone because he loves to tell everyone that there's a informant or there's something going on. Do you know what I mean? But the guy in my chat then went over to the other guy's chat and was like, "Tommy snitched on your whole gang. Tommy snitched on your whole gang." And then someone sent me a screenshot, one of my mods, because they were watching both chats. And I was just like, "Why have you done that?" He was a loyal viewer. He gifted subs, but I don't care. You chatting shit, so you're gone.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
it's
know
just so
why.
pointless.
I don't know why people feel the need to do that. It's so annoying.
Meta all you want. Well, don't meta all you want. That's really bad. But
Meta all you want.
meta all you want, but don't lie while doing it. That's like the worst kind. That's like the worst fucking kind of meta. Just making stories up. Like what?
I get it all. I get really reactive to I'm awful for it, and I know someone will come in and tell me something. I'll instantly fucking believe it because I'm probably already pissed off, and then someone will go, "That's not what happened." I'm like, "Why are you winding me up? You know you're gonna trigger
Meta,
me."
like, excuse me, meta's going to happen. Don't fucking lie about the meta. Don't come
Yeah.
in my chat telling me Cosney King has snitched on Moise Gang when he's never even mentioned us in the last 25 minutes. Like what? Like
Eh,
what does that do?
the viewers make things sometimes they make things so bad.
Yeah, 100%. It's a toxic world, Twitch. It's so toxic, and it's not talked about enough. How many people are just horrible, nasty online basement dwellers is the best way to put it. Who basically give it all large on the internet, but would never say anything in person. There's so much of that on Twitch, and it's just not talked about enough.
I don't get that mindset. You get someone who's never watched you, will pop in and follow you and just give you abuse. And I think, I've never ever done that in my life.
Well, I probably shouldn't speak about it on here, but fuck it. I had a guy the other day, and it's the worst I've ever had it. Like threatened me and my mum, and threatened to send takeaways to my house. And basically, it all started. Some guy came in my chat, and he said, "Why am I banned in Max's channel?" I said, "I don't fucking know. Don't ask me. I'm quite upfront with people." So then next minute he says, "You won't fucking speak to me like in a call, would you, you little whatever he said?" So me being me, all right, then get me in the call. So I get in a call with him, and then he's just screaming at me down the mics, calling me the F slur, calling me the M word, threatening me and my mum, saying he's going to ruin my life and take race to my house. He's going to DDoS time too. He's going to do all this stuff, right? And then I said to him, I said, "So what made you this angry?" I said, What really, like, if I'm so insignificant?" He was basically telling me like I'm a nothing. I said, "What made you this angry?" He said, "You call people fannies on the internet and it's not fair." I said, "What?" And he went, you just speak to people nastily. Like, if someone's nasty in your chat, you should just ban them. You're a streamer. You're meant to hold this facade." And he was like, "So you knew what's coming to you." And that was genuinely what he said. That was his reasoning to threaten me and my mum in my home.
Yeah,
I should never
I,
got in the call with him, but
I don't understand. Why I threatened to send takeaways to your house? Like, please do.
well, yeah, well, if they're not paid for, maybe don't do that, please, because I can't be
Yeah,
asked to a delivery driver. But that's the online world again. That's the shit house of the online world where people say what they want. They want. He wouldn't even turn up. He himself wouldn't turn up to my house. The takeaways would.
yeah, and they always go to extreme measures of stuff that they can't do. Oh, I'm gonna DDoS time too. I'm gonna come round your house, bruv. You're not gonna come round my house.
Yeah,
And
no.
it's like we're both as bad as each other. Like,
Yeah,
all right,
you're.
whether I tell you to fuck off and you retaliate, you're just as bad as me. So your point is invalid.
Yeah, it is. It's a toxic online world. It's a
It's
toxic online world. And I'd
it's
never
got
experienced it before, but
it's got to be the worst of the worst. I have to openly admit it.
yeah, I'd say so. Roleplay's bad. GTA roleplay is a very toxic online community world.
I think it's because a lot of people get lost in the character, whether you're a self-insert or not, or whether you are still a character.
Yeah, yeah, to an extent, obviously, because I'm not in my day-to-day life going around very kicking people's heads in.
Exactly. And yeah, role play can be very, very intense. And then it goes to an extreme measure of, and like you say, if it's constant hate, you kind of like, do I really want to do this? Like,
Yeah, I think I wouldn't ever back down to them when they win, and I'd never let them win. It's why I don't like banning people because I think when you get banned, you win. In a sense,
fuck it. I won't ban you unless you're extreme because fuck it. You want to sit there and watch us. One thing that is crazy though, one thing I've figured out in the years I've been doing it, if you time someone out who's extremely toxic, they will wait till that
yeah,
timeout is done.
yeah,
That, and I still to this day don't know what you can say to someone to give them a reality check.
yeah. Like, what are you doing? You sat there waiting.
But they don't understand. You're like, mate, you have waited 30 minutes to say that. Like,
It's the same shit, and they get turned out again, and then any money they wait again.
and they wait again. I had a guy recently, and we timed him out like 4 times, and it was actually getting really funny. And he waited
Mm.
every time. I was like,
Go do something. Go leave the house. Go.
but what is it in here that makes people do that? That's what fascinates me.
Yeah.
What is it in here that makes people do that? Because if you stepped away for 5 minutes and went, what am I doing? I don't like this guy.
Mm.
It's rage entertainment, they call it. And it's
I've
actually,
never done anything like it myself, so I couldn't comment. But it is weird. It's really peculiar. But and that's another thing I'm trying to deal with in the 3 months I've been streaming because it's so new to me. And I've like I said, I've been falling the deep end. I'm now sat with 300 people watching me every night. Like I went from never getting hate in life, oh, obviously I did, you know, to every night people getting banned because I'm a horrible person. I'm a bad person. I'm a nasty person. I'm a bully. I'm a lick ass. I'm a, you know, so that has been something I've had to deal with. But I've got a very good mod team. And I don't want to say mod team. I'd call them more mates, to be fair, because the one thing I said about my mod team, I just want them normal lads. I don't want any of my mods to be like Twitch users, if you know what I mean, in the sense of
yeah,
I want them to be normal lads who can take a joke, but if they can see I'm getting rattled, they know when to step in. And I've got a very good mod team,
yeah.
very good mod team. So
It,
that helps. That's something I had to adapt to streaming.
a mod team helps massively. And like when if you get like a rare occasion where they're all not there, you realize how important they
Oh,
are.
I imagine so. Yeah, I imagine so. Sometimes I have to time you out. I'm scrambling how to do it while I'm streaming.
I think I think 2 weeks ago I figured out how to ban someone
Yeah,
quickly.
well, I still have to. I still click the name. Me, I'm like clicking the name, like looking through the chat history, making sure it's them, and then I'm banning them. But no, mods help a whole lot, and they do it for free. And a lot of them, you gotta say thank you, really. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
so much I've had to adapt to in 3 months. It's just been mad.
it's very and some people were. Have you met Tourette's Gamer in Time 2 yet, or do you know of him?
Oh,
It's like Tourette's Gamer. He's in Time 2 now. He obviously has Tourette's, but like you say, what you've done in 3 months, some of us try for fucking years.
yeah.
So it's a crazy position, and like 300 avid viewers is big.
See, I don't like. It's hard to explain because I don't want to say it as in the sense of like I know it's mad because people try years for this. I got partner on my second application, and Twitch
Mm.
came into my chat and told me I got it. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing, may I say. They raided
It
me.
is.
Twitch
It
raided me.
is now. It used to be, and then they stopped, and then now they do it again, which is I didn't get that, which I'm gutted.
I did the other night, and yeah, it's mad. It's mad. But that's the thing. I think there is some people do have jealousy about me for that. I'm not saying streamers, but viewers definitely will. People viewers are very culty, and if they see their streamer not doing as well, and I've just come in, people don't like that because people then.
Yeah, I think they will, but they have no right to be. Whether they've struggled for years, you haven't done anything wrong. You haven't jumped to the top by drama. You haven't jumped to where you are by being toxic. You've done well very quickly. It's as simple as that. And some people will have their own struggles that have been trying for years, but that's not your fault, is it?
No, it's not my fault. I think a lot of people it is jealousy. And like I know everyone that's the cliche thing to say. Oh, anyone that hates is just jealous. But I don't. I can't think of anything else. I'm not a horrible person. I don't bully people. I'm pretty upfront with what I say. But would you not rather that? I'd rather someone upfront than be a snake in the grass. So the only thing I can pinpoint it to is sort of jealousy. I don't
Mm.
know.
Well,
Just
it's simple as that. It is. Do you know what I mean? Why else would they? Why else would they care that you've done? You've been very, very successful in such a short time. If they don't like it, then yeah, it would be jealousy.
But there's also the flip side of being successful, just to go off a different point about the hate. 'Cause I do get a lot of it, but I also have an incredible community. I wouldn't have as many subs, I wouldn't have as many viewers if I didn't have one of the most elite communities who are just I don't even like the word community, just people that watch me. Like people that sit
Mm.
there and just have a laugh and watch me. But I struggle to see longevity in Twitch. That's been my problem from the start here. Every month I'm surprised I'm still going. So
My next question was going to be what is next?
well, I worry about the longevity side of it because, like, again, I'll be open. This month I've earned more than I earned last month, but last month I thought I wouldn't earn more than I earned in August because August I had a
Yeah,
crazy month. So maybe there is going to be longevity, but as of right now, I don't see it. I don't see next month going well. I see a big drop off, maybe. Maybe that's anxiety on my behalf. I struggle to see how you can see longevity in Twitch when it's such a dog eat dog world. You know, people just stop streaming for a week and they fall off in the sense as bluntly as it is. So that's
mm.
why my big thing is I won't take a day off. But like when you ask what's next, it's to try and sustain that longevity, which that
And
is
if you don't see longevity, do you have a plan of where to take this community?
no, no. I've never had a plan from the start, bro. I did a sub goal for the first time 25 days ago. I've been streaming for 3 months.
Mm.
Two months. I didn't even ask for subs. I don't know how. I didn't think about asking for subs. Um, we I see each day as it comes at the moment, and I just hope every month it carries on. If it will, I don't know. It'd be nice if I had like a magic wand to see the future. I
Oh
don't,
yeah,
but no, I don't have a plan, bro. I
I,
don't
I
have a
f-
plan to keep this going. I'm just gonna keep pressing. The consistency is my plan. Just not having a day off is my plan. That is my plan.
I think like one thing again from Abdul. I think one thing to do with your community is take it IRL. I think that's a really really good point to go. Is take the community that you've built elsewhere because I don't think that Twitch will disappear, but I think the games you play and the stuff like that will change. So what can you do while you have it there? And I think that's one thing I'm trying to figure out myself.
I think the thing for us though is GTA 6.
You've got a long time though.
Yeah and no. If we can stay on this wave, well, I'll say because I don't know what your plan is. You might quit tomorrow. I don't know what you're planning to do, mate.
Fuck
But
knows.
if I can stay on this wave until GTA 6, I can only see the wave going
Mm.
skyrocketing because of the popularity of GTA 6.
My,
So that's my
I,
long term goal.
I'd like to personally make podcasts better. That's a goal of mine. And to sort of touch on what you said, me and you here right now, we're having a great conversation. I absolutely love this. Is something I really, really love. I don't make any money from this, which is really nice to do something with no money. If I hit the criteria to get paid, awesome. But I just love speaking to like-minded people, learning their story, and then taking the information from them to make myself better and passing it on to other people. I
Yeah.
love this environment because podcasters seem to all work together. If you look at the top podcasters, you see every single person switching guests, getting one host on to another show to interview. That's what I'm talking about. It's not toxic. You're
Yeah.
sharing great information. That's an avenue that I personally want to go down, and that's why I love doing this. And the guests from the start are awesome, and we're currently maintaining awesome people popping on and listening to it. And it's so much fun, so much fun.
Well, that's definitely a good way to it, and I think podcasts are interesting. I don't really listen to podcasts. I listen to Lou Ferrigno's podcast. I love Lou Ferrigno, but I think there definitely is an avenue for the podcasts, and I think if you carry on, the guests can only get better. Having Abdul on the podcast is nuts.
It's nuts. Yeah, it's nuts.
I'm a bit of a step down, so apologies, listeners.
I don't
TommyYTZ, but bit of a step down. But
I don't see it as a step down though, because you have a different story, but almost just as good. Abdul's been doing this years. You've rose to a massive level into it. Everyone has a story, and that's one thing I sort of say. Everyone has their own story, and everyone's story is different and unique, which is what I love about it. And you can get it from every different person will bring in their version of it and how they find it. And as a content creator myself, and then your community will look at this. And like I say, you're quite open, but some people might not be. On a podcast, you kind of get a real version of who you're talking to. It's one-on-one. There's no... Yeah, that's why I love it so much.
And I think this can only get bigger, to be honest with you, bro. Like, and just keep at it, because you're a good host. And this is not. I'm not going to turn this into like, oh, thank you so much for having me on here. But it's interesting. I love to speak. I absolutely love to speak. Everyone knows that.
Who doesn't know? Who doesn't?
All the time. I love to talk about myself, so I'll happily come on a podcast and talk about myself. But if I can give a bit of information to anyone, as obviously what you're saying before, is like you want to give information to anyone. It's consistency. It's just consistency at all times. Like I spoke to Ginge off. I keep bringing him up. I can only imagine the comments. But I spoke to Ginge off streaming and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know why you say this. Ginge is the #1 in the UK.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I just think I'm so used to people saying that, like, the lick ass comments, but that's a bit of a victim mindset for me there.
Listen, I'll speak to Ginge like a human being, but regardless, I respect him massively for everything he does.
I always say you can still see him as a human being, but one thing he said to me, and I then pass it on to anyone, it's just consistency. It's that one word, consistency. If you just press go live every single day, after 5 years, if you're still getting 0 viewers, I would then say, like, you know, what's going on here? You're not utilizing yourself enough. You're not. Because, to put it bluntly, and people won't like to hear this, if you are, let's say, even on a server like Time 2, if you're not using TikTok, if you're not using YouTube Shorts and being consistent with every other aspect of, like, the YouTube side of it, the TikTok side of it, the Instagram Reels side of it, there is no reason you can't do well.
Yeah.
There's no reason. And people can sit there with it, like, in a victim mindset and say, you know, well, I've been live for 2 months and no one's joined. Right, well, are you pushing your streams out there? Are you going on Instagram sharing? And again, I'm talking from a privileged view because I got raided by Ginge. But if you just stay consistent, there's no reason it won't work. That's my opinion on it.
I do. There is that, but I think you have to be something special these days. Whether you control that or whether it's authentically you, there has to be something about you. Because you're in such a massive competitive environment. There has to be something good or that's what I mean. Yeah.
That is true. There does have to be something. If you come on and you just are the most boring, mundane person ever, and you don't have a laugh, and you don't sit there, I would say streaming is not for you anyway. To put it bluntly, nasty as that might sound, people will say that's horrible. It's probably not for you. But if you do think, if you have that banter with your mates in real life, or you have mates online that you have the banter with, there's no reason you can't transfer that banter to a community. There's no reason at all. And again, it's from a privileged view from me, but I think a lot of people do have the old victim mindset of, Even people I've dealt with in the past with DayZ and stuff, like, oh, I just don't know what to do, and they put so many hours into getting the setup to look nice. They buy the Shure SM7B, they have a nice webcam, they put some LEDs behind them. It sounds like I'm talking about you there. I'm
I was
not.
going to say,
Sorry.
where are we
Yeah,
going with
yeah.
this?
Sorry. No, I'm just saying people focus so much on everything else. Just press go live. Just press go live and just see what happens. So many people come in my chat and say, I've been thinking about starting streaming for about 2 months now. Just go live. Press go
Yeah.
live. Stop thinking about it. I'll say this to anyone and just go live. Even if you go live and sit there and chat shit about trains for an hour, someone will enjoy it.
So,
Someone will
so
enjoy it.
who was it the other day who I don't know if it was a podcast or I was watching someone. I think it was a stream. Someone said, "Oh, I want to go live." Blah, blah, blah. Someone said, like, especially if you're starting off, find something that not many people watch. And like you mentioned about trains, like, find something that's not flooded. If you want to
Your name
start
tag.
streaming, find something that isn't flooded that you enjoy. Because if you look at the likes of, like Call of Duty, you're never going to make it. There's too many people that are too good.
Yeah.
Um,
Call of Duty is oversaturated. It's hard.
yeah, GTA is oversaturated to fuck, but you can be different in so many. The game allows you to showcase what you want, and you can be so different, which does make it very handy. And who you hang around with or who you argue with can also help you so much.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I do think people focus on things too much that are out of their control.
Hmm.
Like I just one advice I could give, and I'm no one to give advice. I'm just a normal lad. Again, I don't really have many special qualities. I'm a funny guy. I can admit that about myself. I think I'm quite funny, but just go live. Just press go live. Do anything. Stop worrying so much about if you're going to get viewers or if you're not going to get viewers or who you're dealing with. Stop this idea of as well that if you go live and you're on 0 viewers, that you're going to end the live. Just sit there in silence. When I first started streaming on Time 2, I had nobody watching me for 2 days, right? Nobody. And I just played the game like I would play with Not Live. I just stopped talking. I ignored chat in the sense of because no one was chatting. I didn't try and get people in the stream. I wasn't sharing my stream about. You just go live. I know I keep saying it. I'm waffling a little bit now, but
No, you are right. If anyone wants to do it, just click the button.
just click the
Uh,
button.
and whether you want all this fancy equipment or not, at the start, just click the button.
Yeah, people use it as an excuse. Oh, I've got a bad mic. If your mic's bad, like let's start thinking about increasing it. Look at OGB for example. OGB's mic is a horrendous. His camera is. I always take the piss out of him for it. His cameras, I'm pretty sure he bought from like Tesco. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But like OGB openly admits he got a one monitor set up. It's all janky. Look how well he's doing. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Keith,
Yeah,
John
yeah.
has a one monitor setup. He reads chat on his phone.
And we've seen him
Look
at
how well
800 viewers.
He sits at 800 viewers when Ginger's not live. Like, you don't need the fancy equipment. You just need to go live and just have a good time and enjoy yourself.
I don't know how, mate, monitors, you can get a cheap one for like 30 quid second
Well,
hand.
I technically only have one monitor because I have a TV above my monitor that I use because my room's tiny. My room is really tiny. So I have a TV above my monitor, which I put the chat on because that's plugged into my PC. That's my second monitor.
I
So,
don't know how people do it.
yeah, I don't know. But OGB reads chat on his phone as well.
That would drive me crazy.
Yeah. So if he gets like a phone call, his phone dies. If you go on OGB stream any day of the week, you can see when you put in chat, you reply 10 minutes later.
I knew that. Yeah, I've been in there and he replies, but I thought it was just an issue. I didn't realize he just had one.
One monitor. Yeah.
Oh mate, that would drive me insane.
Look how well he's doing though. You know what I mean? Look
Yeah.
Subathon he did in August. He got 2K subs or something in a month. If I'm not subathon. So like,
that's all from his phone.
Yeah, there's no reason you can't just go live.
No, you're right. Yeah, to the moral of the story, yeah, there is no reason, regardless of how like that's crazy. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't imagine
make the content as well. You've got to make yourself content.
I couldn't imagine like picking up my phone and going, yeah.
Like, well, even if it's propped up, you're there, like trying to. No, I did do me. I did. See, but to be fair, like I'm on my TV, so I'm constantly looking up. But
I think like what you said, consistency is really good, and I mean, try and stick to your timings is a big bit of advice that no one ever really follows. But if you've got your favorite TV program and you go, oh, Top Gear's on tonight at 8, and if you go open up your TV and Top Gear isn't on, you're going to start getting disappointed.
The way I see it is if you're not live, people still want to watch a live stream.
Yeah.
So why are they not going to watch someone else? They're going to watch your competition. Everyone in Moist is my competition. I love them all to pieces. They're all very good friends, but they are my competition. There's no way of putting that. There's no other way of putting that. We're all in the same workplace, and we can work together, obviously, and we can become each other's competition in a healthy way. But you continuously want to be growing with each other and fighting with each other, battling each other for numbers to become better, all of us together. Do you know what I mean? That might be seen as quite a bad outlook in my, like, should be able to not be friends. And of course, some of my closest friends now, but you should always want more. Always want more.
I think, yeah, you do have to remain hungry. And there is never a limit. And that's the thing with numbers. And you don't know when it's going to go. That's the thing. You don't know when you could end up on 5 viewers. It can change. So you imagine you say one thing stupid, could either make you 10 times better, or it can ruin you. That's scary.
Oh,
Really
100%.
scary.
It is scary. It is scary. And I've said stuff before. I've said words that you can't really use on Twitch and panic before. That's not me saying I've not said the N word, by the way, everybody. Calm down. They're not cancelling me just yet. But like I've said stuff before, which is questionable. But I also think that can help if you own it.
If you own it, this is another thing that we have to respect Ginge for.
You can't be cancelled if you can't be cancelled.
Yeah, you can't be cancelled if you don't let them. Ginge made a joke. Oh, it was really bad. There was something about a charity event about a guy. I've got to be really careful to not get this wrong now.
I would say, maybe we say this one. Well, Ginger's had controversies. Ginger sang "Feed the Scousers,"
but he just owns it. And like you say, if someone gets attacked and goes "fuck off," they go, "Oh, this is boring. He's not reacting."
And I just compared a lot to like Liam Gallagher and the attitude of what I have with the chat and stuff. And Liam Gallagher can't be cancelled. Liam Gallagher will never be cancelled until the day he dies. So if you don't want to be cancelled, you can't be cancelled. That doesn't mean you can be a cunt. Definitely don't be a cunt.
No, but you can. You just don't let it happen.
If you are real, and everyone's real, and the people that be trying to cancel you will have said 10 times worse. So if you are just real with them and open and say, "Yeah, I said that," and what by mistake, I don't believe in it.
TikTok's a great example of that, of the people in there, like the stuff they do for views, but because they don't care, nothing happens to them.
Look at that fella, what's his name? Fucking, I don't even know, that Twitch streamer who just crashed his car, or a kick streamer, the one who just crashes like McLaren, and he's an arsehole. He's an absolute arsehole. He walks around with security kicking off at people, and then when they go to punch him, security gets involved. Forgot his name now. He's an arsehole, one of these American kids, but he's not been cancelled, and he's a multi-millionaire now. So ways.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, if you want to get, it only happens if you allow it, but it depends. Like sometimes it's your worst nightmare, but if you truly don't give a fuck, it's the best way to be, isn't it?
Best weapon as well. It's a weapon in a sense. It's a weapon against other people if you don't care.
Yeah, and
that's one thing here with streaming is tough skin, no matter who you are.
Oh yeah. You have to be tough.
But you also need to understand you are going to let stuff get to you as well.
It will, yeah.
It will get to you, no matter how. I'm very tough-skinned. But there's been nights where I've got off and thought, "Fucking hell, that was a lot. There's a lot to deal with."
I think for like people viewing as well, and you can't sit on stream and let these people know that they are bringing you down. But I don't think anyone can hide the fact that you do turn off your camera on your own, and you sit there and think, like, what have I done to upset these people? Like, you sort of go, like, it's crazy. When end of the day, most people, whether it's your own fault or not, you just want to be liked, don't you?
Oh, everyone wants to be liked. Yeah. I think I want to be liked. I don't really give a fuck what people think of me. But then there's also that I don't really care what people think of me. But when there's 500 people doing it, then you start questioning yourself, thinking,
yeah.
do I know myself? Are these people right? Are these people know me better than myself?
That I do agree. Yeah, when hundreds of people are saying something and they're agreeing, and you're like, am I like that?
Yeah,
Like,
am I an asshole? Am I what they're saying? Am I licking ass? Am I this person that they don't like? And then you've got to start thinking like, no, you've got to keep.
I have to. My mod team's very, very real as well, and people don't know this. But if I fuck up, they will be the first to tell me.
Oh, my mods are the same. Yeah, if I'm lacking consistency, or my mods are so real with me, that's what I wanted. When I came to
Yeah,
the start, I wanted my mods to be like normal lads that I meet in a pub, because then if I do fuck up, they'll be the first ones to be like,
yeah.
sort
And
this out.
it's not that's the worst thing to take is your close friends telling you what is real. But you need that. Then that is a
Yeah,
good team that has you. If you're being a cunt, your team will say, "Oi, you're doing this. You need to pack it in." And
yeah.
again, we're all human beings. You are not perfect.
I'm
We
not
all
PR
fuck
trained.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, and that's why you have a team. And yeah, I hope a lot of people, a lot of streamers have a team that goes, right, this is what you're doing wrong, and you need to
yeah.
fix it now.
I think that's the
'Cause,
best. That's the realest you can be, especially like you said there. People telling you fucked up. You need that. You do need that in this world. There's so many. That's why I try and strive to be very real, because there's so many people that just bullshit in this Twitch world. They just chat utter shite to each other. To when they sit to talk to other streamers, you're doing such a good job, or like they just sit. It's just bullshit. You need real people in this world, because there's too many yes men. So many yes men here. And that is, I think, that needs to be talked about. That's why I've got my mod team, like you said with yours. They tell you if you fucked up, because there is
mm.
too many yes men. There's way too many yes men.
At the end of the day, we're all men or women. We know when we fucked up. People fuck up. The trouble is, for streamers, you fuck up in front of people,
Oh
regardless
yeah.
of what it is or whether you have, whether it's minor or major. You fuck up in front of a lot of people, and the
Oh
bigger
yeah.
you are, the more people obviously you fuck up in front of.
Yeah. Like I lose my head a lot. Like I lost my head. I can't take L's, and like
Do you know what
there's
surprises me
you know,
from a DayZ player? That really surprises me.
really,
You should be trained unless you're really good at DayZ.
I'm really good at Daisy.
So is that why you don't like
But
elves? Because you don't take many?
on Daisy, I take less than most, because I've got like 10 cows in the game. If I'm not very good at the game, I've got some problem. But the thing I always say, and I had a big argument with chat about this last night. Why the fuck would I play the game if I didn't get emotional from it? I
Yeah,
think it's pointless. I think it's so pointless playing the game if you don't get emotional from it. And maybe you're sat there thinking, I don't get emotional, but
I
I
I uh,
think you do.
I know I agree with you, but I don't think you should. But I do agree with
What's
what
the
you're
point in
saying.
playing it then? I would say, what's the point in playing the game? Because that's the if you're gonna want the happy emotion you get from gaming, you're gonna also have to have the bad emotion you're gonna get from gaming, because it's
I
an emotion experience.
Yeah, no, I respect it, and I don't necessarily say it shouldn't happen. I think like the flip side, when Abdul's podcast comes out tomorrow, it'll be the completely opposite. It'll be like you shouldn't worry about what happens in a game, and I think that's what. But
I think that's
I do as well, and like I see comments, Cosney loses his head. Yes, I do, but
I
you
lose my head.
give me 5 minutes, and that's my phrase. And everyone has their 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Whatever I do in them 5 minutes, ignore it because that's
I nibble all
emotion.
the time. But I would just disagree, because that high you get, right? It's like on DayZ, that high I get, or even on this, right? You've just won a big shootout. You've got loads of guns on GTA. You're so high. You're so up here. You're so happy, right? When you lose them guns, what the automatic body response, if you were up here for that, you're gonna be down here again.
Yeah,
So I just couldn't think of anything worse than getting on a game and just being like, oh, okay, I've lost that there. I died or something. You
I
know?
wish I was like that. I'm so jealous of people like that. I
I
if you
don't.
look at the likes of like Abdul, he grinds quite a lot, but he still like backs a lot of stuff and doesn't give a flying fuck. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it either, and I am to a point in DayZ. The one thing I'll always do, right, is I'll never quit a game. So that's what I've got from DayZ. I lose my head on DayZ. I've thrown controls. I've thrown my headset at the wall. I've broke so many DT 990s. I've thrown chairs about the gaff. But I won't stop. And that's the one thing I won't do from gaming. It's like you said before with the DayZ side of things, you're surprised. I won't stop. I could die a million times. I'll still run back to that fight and try and get a win.
Yeah.
I will not give up. I won't
I,
rage quit. It's the same
I
with
think
us.
from someone from a survival point of view, that is the thing. And like Rust and DayZ, any massive content creator, any professional gamer will say, I've lost 100 times today to show you one awesome win.
Oh, my mate JLK, all this stuff is scripted according to the chat. Well,
Yeah.
according to comments, none of it's scripted. We sat there last month. Sorry, not last month. It would have been July before I started streaming, and we played for a month straight. And the video's an hour and a half, 2 hours long.
Yeah.
We played for a month straight. I mean, like we started at the start of the month and ended at the end of the month. We had over 500. Well, I had about 2 terabytes of footage. Sorry, 2 terabytes of actual 60 FPS, 1080p footage, and like people think it's cut down and like shortened and it's scripted. It's not. You've got to take the L's in gaming.
Yeah.
To get the win, and that's why again you've got the emotion side of it. I just couldn't think of anything worse than watching someone. I'm not saying Abdul because Abdul does have emotion. So I watch Abdul and he laughed and he gets happy when he wins or he's like laughing when he loses, which is still an emotion. I couldn't think of anything worse than watching someone that's just like, oh, I died. Anyway, let's go on. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
I think that'd be quite rough.
I'm quite jealous of people like that myself.
I'm not though. I play the game for emotion. It's why I play. I play it for that dopamine hit when I win, and I play it for that.
No, I suppose the one thing you're doing is realizing you have emotion and you're owning it. And I suppose I'm doing the opposite. I do get emotional, but I wish I wasn't. Whereas you're going, I am, fuck it, which I respect as well.
Well, my dad still plays FIFA at 44 and still gets angry at FIFA.
I don't. I think we all that there is emotion from every person. And one thing that I hate in role play is you're like anyone. Oh, you're win hungry. Every single player goes for the win.
Of course they do. Yeah, 100%.
I hate that where all he does is want to win. Let's use Rupert as an example, and he'll openly tell you he says the same. I hate losing, which we all do. There's a difference between kicking and screaming and taking your L's gracefully, but it depends how competitive you are and how emotionally invested. But 95% of players will want to see whatever situation they are in, they win.
Because it's pointless playing a game if you don't want that. It's pointless playing the game. It's pointless loading up a PC and getting on a game if you're going to sit there and just not care.
I think that's my problem as well. Is I try, like yourself, and I think the games that we come from do teach us this. Is it doesn't matter how you lose, just try something different. And I think I don't know when to stop, and that gets me in trouble.
I don't know when to stop in the sense of it gets me in trouble because I'm sat there just grinding for 7 hours when I should have done it 2 hours ago. I think we also had a thing with the prison thing, if that's what you're talking about.
That's a main highlight at the moment, yeah. But there's other things like
if we talk about that, it's like I don't know the situation behind that. I think I would have kept going until the staff made a comment about it, but that's just how I feel. But I know what you mean because you want to keep going and keep going and keep going because you want to get that W somehow.
Exactly.
You're W hungry. That makes you persistent.
Yeah, like the position I was in, it was a case of my back was against the corner and I was fucked, and that's where it like activates. Like, right, how can we scrape something? And then we get to the court case, and I think the whole situation was a draw. I think PD got all my shit. I walked out of the case. The bastards last night sieged my fucking BP bench.
Why are they still going after you?
I don't. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. Can't we all agree that it's done?
You'd think it would be after the court case. You'd think roleplay terms it'd be done.
But then the problem is with me now. The problem is now I want to win again. Now they've got my bench. How can I get it back?
Yeah. But then that's RP, and I would say carry on. I messaged you even. I messaged you when you were in the prison. And you had 400 viewers watching you in a prison. Bro, you'd won then. That was elite. That was so smart what you were doing. That was so smart.
I was I was forced to really think. I can't even tell you where the ideas come from. I can't sit here and go, yeah. I don't know where it came from. I think it was just desperation, and that was the stage I was at. Like I had a lot of people. I had 4 times viewers that I normally do watching Prison, and I was so confused. Probably the most. If you ask anyone what's more boring, than that is probably lying in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Like I had 400 people watching me in Prison with nothing to do, and I was like, "What is going on? And what can I do about it?" And the trouble I was in was I was told by staff, "You can't leave."
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I can't do anything.
But the thing was for that was it was more because of what the RP was to come.
Mm,
Like you were the first big court case in the city, like which was actually like the court case lasted hours. Like that was pretty cool, to be fair. Literally
yeah.
boring as fuck in my opinion. I left it because it wasn't my sort of
You're
RP.
not invested though, are you?
Oh
Like
yeah, it
from
wasn't my argument. I don't really give a fuck
yeah,
if the firm win or loses. But like, yeah, 100%. I think, yeah, like that was why you probably they were wanting you not to break out of prison
yeah.
because they wanted the RP in the long run, that long term
Yeah, no,
RP.
I get it now. But the trouble is now after such a big intense scene like myself, now I'm out. I'm like, and like you say, where's that high? Even though I was losing internally outside of the game, I was high.
That's what keeps you playing the game.
And now I'm out.
High.
I'm like, what now? Like,
So the other day, me and Colin went on the run from the police. We had a warrant out for our arrest.
yeah, I saw you because you come to prison, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I I made it as incredible as I could. So I kidnapped locals, I kidnapped people, left them tied up on bridges, the tallest bridges. I kidnapped people and left them in the meat factory dead. And I basically said until the police catch me, I was going to get worse and worse. And we had this on going on for like 9 hours one night, and I wanted to carry it on, and the police caught me in the end. I
Mm,
blew up, and I wanted that high again. So now I am looking for high again, thinking how can I
yeah.
make really good role play to make that high again. And that's what you search for. All you ever search for is a high.
Yeah, and you can't unless you're Salim, you can't live in it all the time.
No, you can't, but that's what makes the game. So it's like DayZ. You want that high of killing that really geared player again, so you're gonna keep looking for it.
I think, yeah, I think that's it's a really good point to take away from it because I'm kind of stuck at the moment because I've come off such a massive high and I
Yeah.
want it. I want it now.
It's gonna come
And
though, and that's why you keep playing.
yeah, you're right, and it will come when you least expect it.
100%. Like you wouldn't have expected to get raided. Maybe you did. Maybe the chat mattered. I don't know.
No, well, I knew I was being raided when it
Yeah,
happened,
of course you would
but
do.
I knew nothing leading up to that. Absolutely not. That
Well, it
was
could be in the works right now. You know what I mean? Could be in the works to get kidnapped by offenders. Anything can happen. But that's why I keep playing the server because I enjoy the unknown. I enjoy
yeah.
waiting for that high. I enjoy waiting to see something walk past me and think, that's happy. I'm going to go grab that.
It's
Sink my teeth into it.
that is the beauty of roleplay. You never know where anything can go, and I think that's what's so entertaining from the players and the viewers. Like the smallest thing can go crazy, and
Well, like I
yeah,
said, the thing with me and Colin on the run, it was because we were at hospital and we saw Fregley lying in a bed with no police officers around him, so we robbed his body. And then and then he got back up in our hands, and I managed to put him on the bike, and Beetle robbed him. And then that made a full night of RP on the run, proper on the run RP, and we were dressed in like full black clothing. Like that night when you were on the run, that was elite. That was some good RP that night. Like the whole night from the PD side of things, it was so good. When you had people dressed up like you driving down the coast, that was just that'll come again. That's gonna come.
yeah. I think you're right. It's just a case of because yeah, I've been stuck. So that's a good bit of advice I'm going to take. To be fair, is just kind of get back to it, keep ticking over, and something big will come again.
When they've seized that bench now, you'll never know. You never know what's in the works of the server. Either a corrupt cop could come to you. Anything can happen. You'll never know.
Yeah,
Not like
yeah.
and it's like Rust. You could come across a raided base that's got AKs in it. I don't know. But,
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow though, losing that bench.
well, the
And
firm are in a right now, but you got
huh?
granted. So the firm are in a bit of a rough point right now, but
We're just bored, man. We're just bored, and everything that we've worked so hard for is majorly gone.
But I'd love that though.
I think it'll take you a couple of days.
I want Moist in a way to take an L.
I don't know why you guys haven't been raided.
Because we're smart with it.
You're not.
No, we're not. We're not.
Don't you dare sit there and say you're smart with it. I think that's why you don't get raided though, because you don't give the police anything to wow anyone. Like, oh, everyone knows that this is where they store their guns. Everyone knows this is what they does. Oh, I don't know.
We also are smart. We don't have property in our name.
Yeah.
If someone has a property in the name, they don't use a PD gun. I use PD guns all the time because I have my apartment, which has nothing in it. I have my car, which has nothing in it. So I use PD guns, but we are smart with it, Moist. We're not as thick as people think. We've got like a gang house with a lot of guns in it, like a lot of guns in it that we use for war. It's in some random woman's name. We only use masks when we go in and out of it. So,
do you like war? Because I think people Moist know that war is content.
It's funny. I was talking to Lewis Mudd about this for ages last night. Like ages and ages, and like it's good, but there's only so much war you can have, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like how long do you burn out from the excitement of war? Then what?
Well, we make more RP. We make more RP, and we can do that as Moist, and I think we will do that as Moist. I think we'll find something to make RP, like when Ginge had the Baba Sunday story, when I had the Riddler one night, like
that was a metagamer as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I spent hours looking for a metagamer.
No.
Fuck it, it was incredible content. I had 1,000 people watching me.
It's where you kind of don't want them banned, isn't it? You're like, you let this one slip, can you?
Yeah, just leave him be for a bit. No, listen, I said that. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Wasn't
all the facts.
Wasn't he following you around as well, like everywhere you went?
Yeah, he was watching my stream. So, a bit weird.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why people think like they're gonna get away with that.
I know, just because of bringing RP, but if it was actually done naturally, that'd have been elite.
Yeah, why not take the time?
It could be done naturally. It could be done naturally if you took your time.
Yeah.
Have people set up at different points of locations to scout.
But I think in defense, it depends on who's streaming and who's not. That's one thing that's really tricky with multiple streamers is, I do it so much, hide so much stuff because you have to hide it, and it can be ruined so quickly.
I had a big debate about this when Cocaine got added to the city. I had a massive debate with the gang. I had a bit of an argument, to be honest with you. With Ramon.
I remember you coming to a location. I remember, and I showed you one of the locations.
Yeah, and I brought it up to you. I wasn't happy because I feel my job is to entertain people. I don't care enough about GT Online to want to hide things from my stream.
I think the point is it's kind of like the prison. In my example, stay in prison for the case. Cocaine's kind of like, right, hide this from people, but if you get it first, think of the roleplay that can come from it.
I don't even know what's happened to Cocaine, by the way. I don't know if it's been fucking.
I know who's got it.
Right. Okay. So there is a gang that has it. What they just snorting it all?
No, the Costello's got given the key by Baba Tunde or whatever.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I haven't seen it yet.
This was a few weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know if it works. I don't know if they figured it out. I have no idea. But then they're in a shit situation, really, because I think only the top 3 leaders know in game. And then look at Solomon's operation. Everyone knows. So the moment that everyone knows, everyone knows.
I know about it in the sense of I know, but we go through OBT. I think Solomon is a controversial one because I know some people don't like it. I think Solomon gets what he deserves.
No, but what I mean in the sense of look what happens in terms of people finding out and then information gets spread. You don't know if it's genuine. You don't know if it's meta.
Yeah.
And you're at this, like, he had all this plan with these gangs locked in, right? This is what we do. No one knows. And then I think something got proven that someone spread information, but then that ends up in one person. They authentically found out. And that's the problem with.
Though.
Yeah,
that's going to happen.
That's the problem with cocaine now with the Costellos. Is it working? Don't know. They could be doing it all off stream and making millions and no one would ever know.
That's smart. But I think
But then,
there needs to be. I don't like roleplay that can't be fixed. I've been said this before. Like, I don't like roleplay there's no way of finding out in game. I think that's not fun.
what do
Like,
you mean?
so I used the Babatunde example, for example, when he was saying that I was the snitch in Moist.
Yeah.
Like, it was good because Ginge just didn't go along with it. But if Ginge had just gone along with it, there was no way of me defending myself because it was true.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm trying to think of other things. Like, when Rupert rings gang and says there's a snitch in his gang, to me that's just powerful because there's no way of proving that it's not true because we don't know what other people know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Like with the Costells right now, how they have coke. I think unless they start doing things which are like for everyone in the city, I think it's unfair because if they just keep it to themselves and let's say one other gang, which I know they won't be allowed to do, how do I there's no way I will ever find out in roleplay unless I walk into a lab one day. And that's why I think it'd be cool if a lab was in the city.
There is a lab.
There is a lab, but is it
They
locked?
Yeah, to them, they have
That's
one
what I'm
key.
saying. I don't like that. I would rather that lab be open and me walk in there one day, fucking after having a few berries on a Friday night and walk into the Costellos cooking coke. And then there's a roleplay where I get out of there and tell my gang they kill me, they memory wipe me, they keep me hostage. Like, I like roleplay you can find out in game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's. I see where they're going with it. They're going with it with connections. They're forcing people. You have to speak to this person.
Yeah.
Now, I suppose if you're in that environment, you're not going to necessarily care, are you?
No,
But what about the people that aren't? So it's a really tricky one.
Yeah, it is hard to say because obviously it's if you're winning, you're winning. If you're losing, you're losing. But I do think that's just my take on the RP. I don't like RP that can't be figured out in game.
Yeah, but then it
like,
depends.
For example, if someone takes something from a gang house, let's say all our guns get taken tomorrow. Like, I know it's role play, but to me, like, it's quite boring. Like when that guy turned on you.
Yeah.
I don't find that fair.
It depends if you find out. Then luckily we managed to both times figure it out. But
yeah, but then again, if you build trust with someone, there's nothing stopping someone just tearing something down that everyone's built because they want the role play themselves.
Yeah, I do agree on that one. Like, what level do you take it to? Yeah, but then like in respect to that, so let's say Costello's, there's one key. If you ever find out about that in City and you take it, where does that leave you? Does Moist have the key? Because let's say that information spreads out, you're going to go and take that, aren't you? I know I know, but then you say, is that fair? But that's good RP.
Yeah, because they're them fighting for us. They're fighting us for it, but no one knows about anything.
But does the Kingpin get involved because he handed that key? Or is the role play allowed to be authentic?
HQ is very good at making the role play authentic, though. Even with him involved, that Babatunde storyline was incredible, in my opinion.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
He told Ginger the snitch. He basically gave Ginger missions to find out if there was a snitch or not. He said the snitch was me. He just named someone random in the gang.
There wasn't a snitch, was there?
No, there was never a snitch in Moist. No. So we just like he's very good at finding line. But I think let's say the Costello, like we've been open about this. We as a gang, Moist are going to rob Colin's next container event.
Right. Okay.
So like that we've said it in RP already. So like this is not like any metagaming or anything. People know about it. As a gang, Moist are going to rob Colin's next container event, but not make it so people know it's Moist.
Right.
All blacked out outfits. So there's going to be a gang that has just robbed hundreds of thousands. People will go with them, you know, because people go with money, don't they? Look how much money we all brought to that first one. Do you remember the first container?
Now you've said it. No one's going to do it.
Well, that's insane.
Whether you like it is, but there will always be an excuse that you can never prove. If someone's gonna take £1 million down, right? They're just gonna say.
We already said it in game anyway. To be fair, we said it in game weeks ago.
No one will ever put themselves in. That's why something like that you should just shut up and keep it to yourself. Whether meta exists or whether you believe it, you can't prove someone knew that information. They could go, oh, I didn't want to take the cash for safety, or why didn't you collect your winnings straight away? Oh, for safety. You can't prove that.
We've said it already though, but we're gonna plan something, and it won't be
Mm,
otherwise just walk club, and it might not be the next one, it might be the one after, but
yeah,
we'll plan something, and I think that'll be good for the city as well. So,
it, it'd be good for conflict, which is what you guys want.
well, that's what Salim wants. Oh, no, we
Yeah,
all want conflict. We all want conflict, but yeah, it's gonna be good. There's a lot of stuff coming to the city. I think the city's growing, and
there's an update tonight. Yeah, I don't think I don't think we know what's coming tonight, do we? I haven't seen any rumors. Um,
not that I can see. No.
but I found out earlier. I didn't know farming was working. Now
You
farming,
know,
you can get loads of different seeds. I didn't know you can go back to your house and cook, and you can make juice and shit like all from farming. I
ah,
didn't I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't know that either.
I don't think
That's
anyone
not,
does.
well, everyone does now. We've just said it on it.
But then,
Yeah.
well, I showed it on stream earlier anyway.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of a catch-22. Like we want teasers and we want updates, but then it's also nice to stumble across something like that. You're like, wow, like I
Yeah.
didn't know this. And what else is there that's like that? HQ
Probably a
said to
lot.
me himself, there's stuff in there still from day one people haven't found. These
Yeah.
letters in them letterboxes, I cannot figure out.
What letters?
Exactly.
I've not done any letterbox stuff, so
There
I
is
couldn't even.
letterboxes that have been in for
Right.
2 months, and there is
Yeah.
not a single person in the server that's figured it out.
Where are the letterboxes though?
Wherever a letterbox is, you get
Oh,
you
at
get
the end of the drive, right? Fair.
you get you get an
There's a
item,
lot,
you
I
open
imagine.
it.
There's a lot, I imagine. That's the beauty of the server, isn't it? Go try and
Yeah.
figure it out. And that's what I've said when we were going back to our original point here, even though we've been on a tangent. You will get that W again because you might be the first person to find that out. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
So that's where that W will come randomly.
hope
That
I
adrenaline rush will be there again when you've clicked the code and you think, "Oh my god, I've figured out meth
yeah. No,
through a
yeah,
letterbox." Do you know what I mean?
you are right, you are right. I
That's
spent
the beauty
ages
of it.
looking for that Coke, and the same with the letters. I
Oh
spent
yeah, same here.
weeks,
Absolutely
and
same here. I spent absolutely fucking. We all did. We drove around the city for absolute weeks just looking for it.
but then
And
is that our fault for assuming it was in, or what?
I don't think so. I think it's just there. Whatever. I think it's it's there to us to take and figure it out ourselves.
Mm, it's a tough one. Yeah, it is tough. What sort of things would you like to see more of?
Long stories, long out drawn RP, really long, heavy storylines.
Mm,
Really long, heavy storylines. Like someone's on the run for weeks. I mean days, not just one night. I mean days of being on the run. Prison being held down by someone. Shit, that's like you wake up on the server and you know there's something going on. Not just a one night thing. I want day
yeah,
things. I want 2 day thing or 3 day things.
I think but a lot of people are very quick to get whether it's the W or get straight to it, aren't they? Because if we've got nothing going on, let's deal with it now. I do agree. It would be nice to spread things out a bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Moist, for example, if they're in a war, it's hit, 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 hit.
Yeah, no, we do need to sort that. And we need to think about that a bit more. We need to start thinking about longing things out a little bit more, which we do. We
Mm.
do well at sometimes, but sometimes obviously we slip a little bit.
Like no pixel's really good for watching gang wars because
That's what
you
Lewis Mudd said to me last night. Yeah.
was it? Yeah, they will do a big fight, and then they'll pop into senior buns and have a normal conversation, not to break the role play or to break the hatred, but to improve the longevity. And then 3-4 hours later, or the next day, you hit them again, and it's done for that time until you get to the
Yeah.
finishing point.
That's
And
what I
then
think. The server's new as well, though, innit? That's what we've got to think. It's
mm,
3 months, 4 months of being open or something. So it's still got loads.
yeah,
It's not even a
three,
year
4
old yet.
months. Yeah,
So definitely time. It's time to grow, time to get better.
time too. Yeah, excuse the pun.
Yeah, time to. There you go. Yeah, look at that. What a fucking way. But yeah, I think that's what I'm feeling about the server at the moment. That's what I'm feeling about everything. I've said a lot in the podcast.
Mm.
Yeah,
There's been a lot. It's been fun, mate. It's been fun. It's
I
been good to
appreciate it.
discuss
Yeah.
things. Whether it
So,
goes on a tangent or not, mate, that's the whole point of
I
it.
do chat shit, yeah, but I do a lot. I do speak a lot, and just
Yeah, but that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
That is
so
a podcast, just two people ranting about discussing and backwards and forwards. And like you say,
if
that's
anyone's still watching now, I'll be surprised.
No, they will.
For me
They
to be
will.
good.
But
Hopefully, I'm on board of me speaking.
I do really, really appreciate you coming on, mate.
That's okay, mate.
And I hope the success keeps carrying on and on and on.
We'll see how it goes. We've got months
And
yet. We've got months.
who knows, you could pop back on with an even better story one day.
Hopefully, yeah, when I've got a bit more longevity about myself and I have a bit more substance. It's even me right now, I'm on this like just this story of not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, well, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, cheers, mate. Thank you once again.
Appreciate
Appreciate it, mate.
That's all right, mate.